Hello and welcome to another Punters Guide. As you can see, delighted as always, Jason Weaver's joined us to look at what's a cracking card at Newmarket today. And of course, we've got the Chepstow, the start of the jump season proper as well, the merging of the two seasons. We've got a huge handicap to look forward to in the Cesarewitch, some cracking juvenile contests as well as what is labelled Future Champions weekend. And it's just a cracking back end to the season. A great card today. We've got the Breeders' Cup and the Melbourne Cup, so lots to look forward to on the flat, Jason.
Yeah, massive amount of racing going on. Obviously, quite a few horses been in action over the weekend regarding America as well. So some of these big global operations, it's a huge time. You know, we think it slows down, but this is probably for the flat one of the busiest parts of the campaign, where everybody's stacked their cards and ready to fire some bullets. And of course, this is going into the winter. You know, used to shut off and everything would be quietening down. But a lot of the horses, hopeful of running today anyway, will want to go into winter quarters, sort of vying or thereabouts as far as the next season early classics are concerned. It's vitally important just to blow that balloon up, ready for early on next campaign.
Well, it could be a very good weekend to look at the juveniles for William Buick. As the championship may be gone now, Shea Murphy is maybe too far ahead, but he could have a good weekend. Looking at the autumn stakes, he's on this Caribus, who I'm still trying to work out how he didn't win a couple of weeks ago at the track.
Yeah, I think just on that Jockey's Championship thing, he needs a four-timer and Oshin to have nothing. That's what he needs, doesn't he? Right, literally to have one real jump forward and then maybe a treble the next day, just to tighten things up. If he doesn't do that, and Murphy just keeps chipping away, he's not going to be able to claw him back, is he? This is one that got away the other day, Caribus. Now, everybody will know on official ratings, Native Trail 122. He's supposed to be the big gun. Well, he is on ratings. This, I'm led to believe, the dogs have been barking this for a long time. This is the best that they have got. He set sail for home at Newmarket. He looked as if for all the world that he was home and host, and he ended up getting chinned, didn't he, right late in the day. So, look, the Royal Lodge form is rock solid. I think he'll bolt up here and he will go into winter quarters towards the top of the 2,000 guineas market. Yeah, he comes with a massive reputation, one that got away for Buick. If he gets beat by one, he'll remember this lad.
Yeah, he certainly will. So Caribus then to get him off to a good start. And also then in the next, the Dewhurst, again, another short price odds on favourite for the boys in blue, Native Trail, unbeaten, Group 1 winner already. Decent opposition there. Bayside Boys was one that I kept my eye on, a decent juvenile, well-related. Berkshire Shadow in here, your Coventry winner. I mean, he's going to have to be every bit as good as they think.
Yeah, he is. And just look back at his run on the July course. Now, I've been banging on about Dabab for a long time. You know, he's a ridiculous price if the dead eight go to post. Hopefully they order. There's no reason why they shouldn't stand their ground. He set sail for home on the July course. He had everybody cooked. He was going to win. And then he fell in a hole for some reason. I don't know if he pulled himself up. He didn't get up the hill. I don't know what it was. Anyway, they decided with him to drop him back down to 6 furlongs in the Mill Reef. Never, ever at the races, literally on his nose. And I'd sort of given him the body swerve. I thought, you know, he's not as good as I originally thought he was. And that's our own fault. We're too quick to pigeonhole them sometimes. Anyway, Dettori's not the type of jockey to make the same mistake twice. He will be aiming at Native Trail. If he's good enough, he'll go and get him. That's absolute key. Dabab is up there around about 20s, I think, at the moment. I think he's a huge each-way price. And if there's a boil over, we're talking about the guineas next year, this lad's going to be much, much shorter.
Interesting then, Dabab then for Frankie to maybe certainly serve up to Native Trail. We'll pop over to York because we've got a couple of big handicaps. Look at the Says in a moment. We've got the other end, isn't it, from stamina to sprint, the sprint trophy at 3:15. We've got like Comanche Falls in here for Michael Dodds, Punch Bowl Flyer. Been a great year for him on soft ground. I mean, look, 22 runners in a 6 furlong York sprint. It's hard enough for me.
Yeah, it is. I suppose when you're looking at a Mr. Wagyu, a Just Frank, there are lots of pace, Magical Spirit, Vahoyan, all the way down. Who is the best informed team at the moment? It's got to be Ado McGuinness, hasn't it? And Ronan Whelan. A Case for You managed to win the Abbey. They've got Laugh a Minute. You remember him when he was trained over here. Was always one who came with a bit of a big ticket. Just if you get an opportunity, look back at his last run at the Curragh. He was all over the winner, just could not get out, repeatedly denied a clear run. If this pace for him, I'm not denying that the Curragh, much stiffer 6 furlongs than it is here at York, but we've got testing ground. He's by Mason. He'll love these conditions. They've got one bullet to fire. You know, when the confidence is up and you're feeling it, you know, when that goal is open and you're ready to equalise just to get one on the board for the goals galore coupon. This is the one. The lads are flying, Laugh a Minute, love the ground, and the Irish Raider can get the money.
Yeah, interesting. Just sneaks in there. They've done well, haven't they? Lots of sprints he takes over. Harry's Bar he got from Fangio. Pierre Lappin as well. Same connections for Roger Varian. So maybe Laugh a Minute in that sprint trophy. Now from the sprinters to the stamina runners in the Cesarewitch. I mean, 34 runners, 2.25 mile. They start in one county, they finish in another. But Willie Mullins is saddling 6 here. Ryan, we're on the favourite MC Muldoon. Can you sort it out? Can you sort these 6 out?
I mean, you know, Great White Shark, 364 days off the track. He comes back in here, what is it, £10 or so higher than what he managed to win it off last time. It's a lottery trying to pick up between the Mullins runners, and they will be very short. I think the first 3 in the market, you've also got in there Buzz, who's close to the top of the market, another one for a jump trainer, Nicky Henderson. So Oisin Murphy getting the leg up on him, so it's always going to be a point or 2 shorter. Now, trying to look for a little bit of value away from them. You know, you get your 6 places, which is absolute key in races like this, you know, to try and find something that will run well at a bit of a price. Hugo Palmer got Margaret Dumont off Mark Johnson. Now, definitely, she's not badly handicapped on a mark of 85. Georgia Adobe takes another 3 off and they put the visor on. Have a look back when she ran over the marathon trip at Goodwood and she got checked at a vital stage. She wouldn't have won, don't get me wrong, she wouldn't have won, but she would have been on the heels of the leaders. As it was, she finished beaten 7-8 lengths, something like that, and she's better than that. I think the key is that she hasn't raced with any dig in the ground. I look into her pedigree, she's definitely going to love it, and at a massive each-way price. Look, Willie Mullins may well win it with a 4-1 gamble or something like that in one of the, you know, but there's no value. And I think that Margaret Dumont, with no weight on her back, is just flying under the radar at an each-way price.
And the visor on for the first time, always a decent positive as well, and no weight on her back. Interesting. Margaret Dumont ran really well in the Northumberland Plate, of course, earlier on in the season. There's loads of races to look forward to this weekend, of course. Any idea of what would be your best bet on a card at Newmarket or York this weekend?
Again, I just think that DeBab is the wrong price. You know, he's out there. He's a huge each-way price. Can he lower his colours, Native Trail? I don't know. Is the Godolphin runner the superstar? And he may well go into winter quarters, a red-hot favourite for next year's Guineas. But just say he gets beat. Just say he gets beat. And you hadn't had a little bit on DeBab and a little bit on DeBab as far as the Guineas is concerned, and he's much, much shorter. Just looking further down the line, he rates an each-way player. Dettori against Buick up at the highest level.
Yeah, it's a big price for a Dettori runner in a Group 1, of course, in the Duest this afternoon. So that's the flat wrapped up. Thanks to Jason, of course. We've got the start of the jumps this weekend to look forward to as well at Chepstow. Well, I've heard from Jason Weaver on the flat, but of course the jump season probably gets underway this weekend with the introduction of Chepstow's 2-day meeting. Delighted to say that horse racing enthusiast, average DJ and horse racing owner Joel Ross is going to join us. Joel, the jumps is back, and this weekend really is the start.
Yeah, start at Chepstow, start the jump season. We've been waiting all year for this. Fair play to Jason Weaver, but, you know, Ossie's running in a straight line. Not for me. Obviously, we did pick out the German winner of the Arc de Triomphe, so we're spending all that money. And it looks like Oisin Murphy's getting the title when you put up William Buick. So the jump season's here now. It's all good fun, and the champion jockey will be somebody called Harry.
Oh. Not Brian.
No. Harry Skelton, Harry Cobden, Harry Dunlop. It could be any Harry, Prince Harry.
But it won't be Brian Hughes. Well, there's one bombshell. Right, before we get stuck into this weekend's racing then, let's have a look at the national season ahead, because I've asked you to pick out a couple of runners to look forward to. Well, there's loads of these to follow list that have gone for Appreciated, Bob Ollinger, Brave Man's Games, all the ones we're going to hear of. Have we got anything left in? You didn't actually send me a message predicting the second coming of a horse who you think will clean up in the staying division.
We're talking what? A plus tard? Or A plus tard, as people would call it, A plus tard. Genuinely, I'm so excited about this horse this season. Betfair, Chase, onto the Lexus, and then we won the Gold Cup, in my opinion, at this point. So that is my early prediction. So a three-timer for A plus tard. Do you agree? Do you disagree, or what?
Yeah, well, he's got every charm. He's Irish, isn't he? So there's a big box ticked. Take everything before them yet again. Although, hopefully, by the time March comes around, we'll have a little more ammunition on these shows. But I mean, have you got a horse for us to follow that's not, just something that's maybe snuck under the radar for ahead of this season? We can maybe
honeysuckle. I tell you what, Sam Thomas has got one. Have you heard of Good Risk at All that Sam Thomas has got?
Yes.
Looks like a lovely animal. It's nice to see that Sam's getting a better class of animal. So speaking to him, he said he's got a lot of potential. Really decent bumper horse last year. Won twice in listed company at Cheltenham and Newbury. And that debut, he was only beaten by, I think it was one more for the road. That's come out and won over hurdles twice since that. Looks like a nice novice over hurdles in the making. And they say will run, fingers crossed, at the Cheltenham Festival. So that is the plan. And, Sam Thomas won the Gold Cup with Denman, as we all know. And you look at his stats and you don't go, oh, Sam Thomas, the stat man. He's currently over 22 quid to a £1 level stake over hurdles.
No, fingers crossed that can increase.
They're all decent prices as well. Yeah. So, look out for that one. Good Risk at All for Sam Thomas. And Meadow Sweet, a 5-year-old mare for Nicky Henderson, only ran once in an Hulmes bumper. Looked beaten turning in, won by two lengths. Probably one more little go over in the bumper and then over hurdle. So that might be a little dark horse. Meadow Sweet for Nicky Henderson, not one of the top ones, but a few people going, have a look for this one.
Interesting. That's one from Seven Barrows. And obviously, loads of stars in there. Everyone sneak under the radar. A couple of horses to look out for then from Joe. Let's have a look at a couple of races then this weekend. We'll start at Chepstow. We'll be at Chepstow. Two of their big races on Saturday's card. The first of all is the 150. We're going to see All Mankind. He's going to top the weight. He's back over hurdles, of course, went towards the top of the tree over fences last year. This is a prep for the Old Rowan, which is a good little handicap hurdle to kickstart us off.
Yeah, and I think you look at All Mankind. I mean, is this a standout horse for you in the race? When you look at this and you go, look, what we got down here, making little notes. Rest and be thankful. The Ollie Murphy horse done not a lot wrong, but All Mankind just stands out for me. Skelton start of the season, Skelton loves to go from the front, and these early races at Chepstow, I always look for front runners anyway. There's one this weekend that Gary Moores and Jamie Moores, and it gets an easy lead. This is what I'm thinking. All Mankind just smash from the front, and a really good start to your Saturday for me.
Just give me the top way and to give weight all around him. You know he's a class act. He's a grade one winner here at Chepstow as well.
Yeah, and they keep improving. I don't know what they do, but I mean, he's a cracking trainer, Dan Skelton. And for many years, he was just doing it at a lower level, wasn't he? When it came to the big stage, he wasn't doing it. He's starting to really step up now, I think, as well. It's a decent handicap hurdle, this. And All Mankind, you got the prices in yet?
He's around about 3-1, 7-2, I would expect.
Yeah, I've got 3-1 here. And I think it's a really, really good value at 3-1 as well. I thought it'd be a lot skinnier than that. Obviously, this early Chepstow meeting, it's a Nichols. I was going to say mortuary. That's the wrong word. Nichols beneficiary. That's the one. He's got one in there as well. French Crusader of Nicky Henderson's. Not really for me. I wouldn't have thought. Everything points back to All Mankind. He's got the class to do this, like you say, a lot of weight. But for me, 100%.
Well, the Skelton's got the top in the other race I want to look at as well, the Silver Trophy with Bashima. I mean, this looks more competitive. It's 2.5 miles as well. I mean, this is one of the feature races, a big betting race that starts the National Hunt season. Look, we've got 18 here and a quite close in at handicap as well. I mean, whatever wins this, you're going to expect a decent price about it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's a really, really tough race, as you'd expect. The Nigel Twiston-Davies horse always starts the season really well, doesn't he, old Nige? Once the duffel coat comes out, it sort of falls off a cliff. Sam's taking the ride. Gowl Road for me, well handicapped. Won a couple of times at Newbury. And Newbury's quite similar to Chepstow. I mean, there's a few people who go, it's nothing like that at all, but it's not too dissimilar to Chepstow. No show in the county hurdle. Did you just throw in at the deep end or just didn't perform, or I don't know what happened there. That's one for me.
I fancied him. No, that's what happened.
I did as well. I think we talked about it, yeah. And I think we put the double mockers on him there. And Mount Windsor, progressive last year, had a little break, won in March, beaten in a good novice hurdle at Newbury. Needs to improve again, but a couple there. You can have 2 or 3 darts at this because, like you said, they're all decent prices. I thought Gowl Road was the best, decent price for me for the Twiston-Davies, and Nigel, good form.
Oh, yeah, I think Gowl Road, to maybe pick up where he left them prior to the festival last season. So, yeah, we've got loads from Joel coming up over the weekend. We're going to look at a couple more races at Chepstow as well, which is across all of our channels. And we have plenty from him as well throughout this National Hunt campaign, which really just kick-started at Chepstow. So thanks to Joel, thanks to Jason as well to join us a little earlier. Look, there's no Premier League football. It's all international football this weekend. So with the start of the national season and some cracking action at Newmarket as well, enjoy it. And as always, please gamble responsibly.